And I'm not sure there's a single dry eye in the house to Bender Singh Airi. He's back. He didn't have to do much, did he? They didn't need him to do anything. But Nepal are there. They're back to the promised land. And this is as sensational as you could imagine. Vikram Naponi, the team physio, lifts his captain up. And every single person who is here, they will not ever be able to forget that moment. The ground staff are dancing. The flares are going off, the Nepali flags are flying, and how fitting was it that the captain was out there in the middle. Warm congratulations from the UAE, a special word for Varitya Aravind in particular, who batted so gamely to make 64. And here was the winning moment. Monty Desai gets the hug and the handshake. I thought he was just going to be happy with the single to allow Rohit Paudel to hit the winning runs, but Paudel said he knows he's going to get there. Exuberance, emotion, joy, and some completely overwhelmed by it all.
Well, it is yet to sink in, but I'm sure they'll enjoy every moment of it. Rohit Paudel, the captain, leading the side well and taking them all the way into the World Cup. The captain, the coach, Monty Desai, well, he's worked hard. He's the man behind the scenes. He's the unsung hero for Nepal and the success that has been associated with Nepal cricket in the last few years. Absolutely phenomenal, emotionless, but I'm sure he's going to cherish this moment. Yes, it means a lot to Nepal, but it doesn't mean more than anything but ecstasy for the coach.
Yeah, euphoria and ecstasy, no doubt, and emotion. Look at the emotion, the raw emotion. He's in floods of tears, Monty Desai. He's not the only one, I can tell you that much. The journey he has taken this team on over the course of the last short 8 months is nothing short of exceptional. He's taken them from a side that looked almost certain, almost destined to lose their ODI status. And really emotional scenes between Sandeep Lamachani and Monty Desai. They turned it all around in February and in March, often through the performances of an extended, in-depth squad. Everyone stood up, everyone had their moment. Bim Sharkey, Arif Sheikh, they're not here in the T20 squad. They deserve credit too. They went through that run to qualify for Zimbabwe. They won the Men's Premier Cup on home soil. They qualified for that Asia Cup for the first time. They turned so many heads in Zimbabwe. They went to take on India and Pakistan, and they put it up to India at one point, and that's what I expect this young side to do next year. They're going to introduce themselves to the world properly, and they're going to do that in the United States and in the West Indies. And they are such a good story for our sport. They're such a good story for this nation. And every single Nepali, 35 million people and millions more of Nepali heritage and Nepalese origin around the world, they will stand proud today. This is maybe one of the best days in their history.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt, this is going to be one of the most important days in Nepal cricket as the players take the lap of victory. But mind you, this is not the end. This is just the beginning of what Nepal cricket can do and will do in the years to come. The focus is definitely going to be on that World Cup in 2024 in the United States. And Nepal have made sure that they journey so far for Nepal. It has not been easy, but they've made it look like they always deserved, and rightly so. They won this game today, and they are the much deserving finalists who play the finals tomorrow against Oman the day after.
Sunday. We're all getting carried away.
The day after, yes.
And the scenes I think you're seeing now are this incredible and traditional celebratory lap of honour. The crowd have flocked to the front of that gate just to get a sense. There was heartbreak last year in Oman. They won 4 matches from 5 in that T20 Global qualifier, and it wasn't enough. It was good enough for 3rd place, but good enough for no more. This time, despite defeat yesterday, they've showed their bounce-back ability. They've showed their durability. They even showed their fragility yesterday in the chase. And for them to turn it around today and make what I felt was a tricky total on a spinning wicket make it look so easy. It shows their ever-growing maturity and their quality, and the sky really is the limit for this young team. They are going to be one of the stories of the world game over the next decade to come. An entirely homegrown side full of naturally talented young athletes. They've outfielded the UAE, they've outrun them, they've out-strategized them, they've out-taught them, and to be honest, today they've outskilled them. But for the UAE, heartbreak again, and heartbreak here in Nepal. They just didn't turn up. They had an excellent group stages. They remained at the Mulpani, which I think they thought would be an advantage, having won their 3 group games here. But in the end, Nepal have run out comfortable victors to spark scenes of sheer joy and exuberation that cannot help but warm your heart. Nepal and Oman, remember, they're going to the T20 World Cup. Commiserations to Bahrain and the UAE. And those two sides, Nepal and Oman, will meet in a celebratory final on Sunday. The TU is going to be packed. It'll be another day for the ages.
Well, it's going to be a day of celebration here in Kathmandu, that's for sure. So it is what it is. The news is that Nepal and Oman both have qualified for the World Cup, for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024. And let's look at the highlights of this game. The batting highlights, well, it was always